Bob Dylan's Buckets of Rain. It's a really fun finger-picking song for beginners. I'm going to help guide you through those difficult spots in the original open D tuning arrangement. But then later I'm going to show you how you can play it in standard tuning if you're a more advanced player. Let's jump right in. We're going to be in open D and put your capo on the 2nd fret here. So it's simulated an open E. The first chord is basically this E chord, the 1 chord. There are 2 phrases that you're going to play over this E is this. That was 2 phrases. Let's slow that down. Start with this shape here with your 1st finger, 1st fret of the 3rd string, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. Play this. Sliding that up a whole step, this whole shape. Now the phrasing is like this. So the challenge is going to be adding in this thumb. What I recommend to do is just get this thumb going first by itself, and then see if you can plug those first notes. Like that. Once you're able to keep that going, see if you can slide it. I definitely recommend practicing it in that way where you just keep looping that thing over and over and over again. This helps with your muscle memory so that your hands can remember how to play it and you won't have to think so hard. Second part of that is this. Now that seems fairly easy. All we're doing is after we played this, go back to this 1st position, 1st finger again on the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and then play. What we're doing there is we're ascending the arpeggio on the top 3 strings. Once we get to that highest string, we're going to pull off our index finger. So if you look at both hands at the same time, of course that's also going to have to come with the thumb going like this. Again, I recommend to loop the phrase over and over again so you can get it under your fingers. Put them together. Now the original is at 175 beats per minute, which is a lot faster than you think. It sounds like this. Although the song's going by pretty fast, it has this effect of feeling like kind of a slow song. And I think that's because of the way that he's singing along with it. See if you can get it up to this speed or maybe even beyond, so that way you can slow it down when you want to sing along with the song. The 2nd chord is an A chord. Altogether, the A chord phrase is going to sound like this. And it ends with that same phrase that we played over the E. The A chord shape is going to look like this. And when we do our boom chuck with our right hand thumb, we're going to want to boom on the 5th string and then the chuck on the 4th string. Boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck. And we're going to play that 1, 2, 3, 4, then go back to our original. Okay, so first maybe see if you could just get this chord down and then switch. Because remember, the biggest challenge is keeping that right thumb going. So you really want to start that way. If you can do that, then add the phrasing in here. Get to this chord and play like this. That's the phrase I'm starting. See, we're ascending that arpeggio. Bum, bum, bum. And it's syncopated when you have it all together. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Okay, the second part of that phrase sounds like this. So what we're doing here is we're going to the 1st string and playing that phrase. Pull off. Then we play that twice. Right after that, we're gonna go back into our original phrase with that index finger pull off. The third chord in the song is representative of a B7 chord. There's way harder ways that we could play this, but basically the way that he does it, Bob Dylan and everyone that covers this song, is they drop the bass at this point. Just play. So that fingering is going to be up here to the 7th fret, relative 7th fret to the capo. And we're going to play 7th fret on both the 1st and 3rd strings. Slide into it like that. Okay, then we're going to slide down into the 5th fret. So all together. Now once you do the whole phrase, then pick back in with the boom chuck at the advanced version. We're gonna do this. Then this shape. Let's jump into a slow playthrough with the tabs on the screen. So the original 175, let's slow that all the way down to 100. 1, 2, ready, go. Start over. Let's switch over and let me show you a way that you can do this in standard tuning. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but it could be a fun challenge to learn how to play it in standard tuning. Let's check it out. So there's a couple riffs on the E, which will repeat, then an A, and then a little walk down. So when you're sliding this little shape up, if we're doing the boom chuck with the thumb, notice I'm actually muting out this D string because we don't want this harmony. We don't want that. Now you could do this like that and add this index finger here to the note E, but I think it sounds just as beautiful or even better with leaving that out. Second riff on E is this. Slide back down, and what you want to do is hold this E chord like this, but then put your 3rd finger down to play E sus4 and then play this arpeggio. Okay, we're gonna add one thing to that. Right when you get to the high E string, we're gonna go pull off. So see that 3rd finger's going. After that, you're gonna go to the A chord like this. Just go to a straight regular A. Your 3 fingers like this is how I'd recommend it. We're gonna start boom chucking. And then we go back to that E and do that same movement. This time, often I'll use a regular E form and my pinky to do that pull off. So on the A again. Last part. And then that little riff again. So this is just a B chord. And then he slides it down like that. If you can slide it down, that's the best way of playing it, but really you could also just do it this.